What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Rashid.
And Simeon Panda here.
This is Lions, Owls, and Elephants.
Episode 4.
So, Sim, what's good?
I'm good, man. Very good.
We need an update. Week 2 of the puppy.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, he's cool, man. We went to Runyon Canyon on Saturday, and we were walking for over an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you before, he didn't stop once. I mean, we stopped for water breaks, but he didn't stop in terms of, just not wanting to walk or being tired. Like, so I was surprised because he's got little legs.
Right.
Like, he got little legs, you know what I'm saying? And he enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. It was good.
So what's up with Runyon Canyon? Like, I've never been to Runyon Canyon. I've been over there just to go to the Griffin Observatory.
Okay.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
But I've never done Runyon Canyon because I feel like it's always... Everybody's taking their pictures up there, and are people up there really getting down, working out?
Yes, yes. If you're doing the right routes, you're definitely working out, whether you like it or not. Otherwise, you're not getting from A to B. Okay. Because literally, to get from the bottom to the top,
right?
There's no stairs.
Okay.
There's stairs, but there's no
elevator.
There's no elevator. Yeah. Literally, you have to climb, you have to hike, and it's not easy.
Okay.
So I broke a sweat by the time I got to the top.
Right.
Chanel was not ready for it at all.
Right.
Like, she thought, I don't know what she thought we were going to do, but she was like, Sim, like, we there? Like, how much further? I'm like, look, man, like, we're not at the top, so until we're at the top, you got to keep walking, but I enjoyed it. It's imagine a Sunday afternoon, or sorry, not even a Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning. It's just a perfect thing to do. If obviously you want to get your cardio in, but then you want a nice walk, you want sunshine. It just combines everything, and then you want to be around like-minded people, and that's who was there. Like-minded people. I think there were some people doing meditation up there. Right. So yeah, it was cool.
I'd be like, knock it off. Go somewhere quiet and meditate. Get out of here.
Nah.
Trying to be seen?
Nah.
You trying to be seen? You want us to see you? Nah, I was fucking with you.
It's up there. Like, obviously, you got the whole view of LA,
right?
And it's just nice.
Yeah, no, I get it. When you do things like that, it puts you in a real positive, upbeat mind state. Yeah, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna meditate. And you might be too tired to walk back right now, so you're gonna sit down and meditate. You know what I mean?
And fresh air as well. Just fresh air, man.
No doubt. So are you gonna start incorporating these kind of tactics in your training, or
it's not really incorporating in my training, because I'm not gonna be going Runyon Canyon or hikes frequently enough to say that it's a part of my routine. But I am going to every opportunity when the sun's shining and it's a nice day. And I got the time to do it, I am going to go on a hike, right. It's nice, so definitely something I'm going to do for sure.
For sure. All right, so I had been going through a battery of tests, right, for medical clearance for my fight.
Okay, yeah.
So there was tests that I've never done before, and one of the tests they had me do was a echocardiogram stress test, okay? So you have an EKG, which kind of checks out your heartbeats and rates and all of that stuff. And then the echocardio stress test is an in-depth. First of all, you get a ultrasound view of your heart, so a 3D view, and they test your performance to see. The
ultrasound, was it true to size?
I don't know. I think it has to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how big was your heart, man?
I don't know. That was my first time seeing it. Yeah, it looked like a normal size heart. Yeah. But my heart is a little bit larger.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get into that too.
Okay,
so
cool.
The reason I even had to have that test is because in the EKG, it looked like, just the pattern, it looked like there was an abnormality.
Okay.
So my general practitioner, my doctor, thought that I might have a heart disease, a deadly one, right? So I'm like, shit, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, when you think you're healthy, and then your doctor say, we need to go to a cardiologist. It puts
checks things out. Yeah.
Not only was I nervous that I might die fast soon, but I won't be able to fight. So I went to the cardiologist. We had a consultation. Then I had to come back the next week, which was this past Friday. And I was nervous. I'm not going to lie. I had anxiety going in there. I knew they was going to put me on a treadmill, and I don't know what they're going to do. So everything checked out perfect. What they do is they put all these nodes to you. They check your heart rate and everything before you're stressed, and then they put you on a treadmill and try to stress you out and check it again to see your heart's performance. So they want to get you up to 180, right? Your heart rate up to 180. So they're like, either you're gonna quit like you're gonna run out, you're gonna get tired, or you get to 180 and then we can conduct our test.
Yeah. Okay.
But I never got to 180, which is good. It's really healthy. But what I was doing is playing mind games with myself. So as I'm running, I'm looking at my heart rate and I'm just breathing and controlling my heart rate. You know what I'm saying? So I never let it get too high.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. And the doctor was like, he said, I mean, these words was like music to my ears. He said, as he's showing me the ultrasound, he says, you couldn't have a more perfect heart. And that's good. So what, I asked him, while I had him, I'm going to ask him every question I can. You know what I'm saying? So previously in 2016, I had what's called a calcium test, right?
Okay.
So what that is they check the calcium in your heart, which has plaque, and plaque is what clogs your arteries. That's why people have the restriction and have heart attacks, right? So the higher the number, the more likely they can tell you an approximation. If you don't change something, you're gonna have a heart attack in this amount of time, right? So mine was a 0, which was like no chance for whatever year process that lasts for. So like, that's cool. So anyway, what he attributed to, because I told him I used to run a lot, and then I went a good 6 years without running at all, just lifting. But now I've been running a lot. Again, he said, you gotta keep running, especially the fact that you lift. He said, because the heavy lifting only it stresses the heart in not such a healthy way. You know what I'm saying? So he said, you gotta incorporate that. So I'm like, say no more. You know what I mean? So it don't even have to be running per se, but just getting that heart rate up for constant.
Using it basically.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So, and my father had a heart attack in his 40s, right?
Wow, yeah.
And it was all lifestyle. So, and this is another thing. The doctor, I asked a lot of questions. So say someone have heart disease in their family, right?
Yeah.
It's not an excuse. You're not necessarily going to have a heart disease or heart attack if your lifestyle is, you're eating good foods, you're exercising, et cetera, et cetera. But if you have heart disease in your family and you're drinking, you're smoking, you're stressed out, eating bad, you're going to get
increase the likelihood.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I don't even like that for people to have the whole hereditary thing in the conversation, because people use that as a crutch.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I've asked doctors, like, it's there, but it's what you do.
Yeah.
If you eat a fucking dozen honey buns a day, you're going to be a fat muffin top, high blood pressure, snack body. You know what I mean? And who wants to be a snack body? You know what I mean?
It depends on how you're looking at snacks.
True.
People use that term in a very positive way.
Yeah, fuck that. That's stupid. Looking like a snack. But anyway, did you see the Grammys? Did you hear about it?
I heard about it, yeah.
All right. So Kendrick Lamar apparently had a phenomenal performance, and he got very political, dove into some social issues, which I think is really interesting and is cool and brave for an artist to do, because you can get a lot of backlash, you can lose corporate sponsors and all of that shit. How do you feel about people who have a lot of attention, a lot of eyes on them, using their platform for, things that they feel is the right thing, but is not popular in public?
It's a good
view.
thing. It's a good thing. It shows conviction. However, with that being said, I wouldn't say that because one person does it, everyone should feel obliged to do it.
Right.
I'm sure when Kendrick's doing what he's doing, it's true to his heart.
Right.
And that's why it has its message and its impact, because it's genuine.
Right.
Like you don't have to just think, everyone's doing something, so I have to do it. Like, what can I stand up for to look positive? No, do what's true to you. So it's a good thing. So obviously with that platform, you've got a reach that's crazy, and you could just reach so many people. So it's a good thing to do.
Right. And I don't think anything grasps people in popular world more than music.
Sure.
Music
can touch everyone.
It touches everyone, and it just stays with you. You know what I mean? What did you see when years ago when we had Hurricane Katrina, and all these actors and musicians were trying to help raise money for the funds or whatever. Yeah. And Kanye did the George Bush doesn't like black people. Yeah. Did you see that?
I didn't see it live. I know about it. But
what did you think about that?
It how can I put it? I mean, he had his message, but I don't know. Do you think that was the right way to put it out?
I think so. I supported him. I don't really know the politics and everything around what he was talking about, but I support him taking that platform and using it for something he felt was important. And I can see how nervous he was when he was saying it. Yeah. It was fucking real. Yeah. It was so real. You could tell his heart was like this, pounding. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just respect people that say, fuck it, I'm going to do what I feel is right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless.
But the thing about that is, in what he said, it might have been acceptable to you. It might even have been acceptable to the general public. But what about when someone gets it wrong and uses their platform like that in the same way, but says something that people don't agree with?
Like what? Give me an example.
I'm just saying, like with his message, it resonated with you,
right?
Sure, yeah.
Well, no, his message didn't resonate with me. His decision to use a big platform,
but that's my point. His decision to use that platform, I think his message at the time resonated with people, so it was accepted by most people. But
it was a little 50-50.
There was a bit of friction. But I'm saying, what if it's completely like they're off the mark and they've gone and used a platform live? Was it live TV?
That was live
TV, and they've gone and done it, and they've got it wrong. It's like no, we don't feel this way.
Right.
That's when it become an issue, and that's why people would say it might not be the best way to do things, just in case, you know, it's live TV, man.
Playing it safe, but we're human, so let's say somebody do use that platform and they missed the mark, fuck it. They can come back and say, you know what, I was a little off. That's the beauty of being a human. And I think people will relate to that when somebody can come back and say, I was feeling something. I might have been a little emotional, yada, 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 but let's pull that, let's bring that back in. Let's bring that back in.
It's funny though, because with today's day and age, people are always making apologies and 90% of them are bull.
Right.
You know, it's not, they're not genuinely sorry about what they've done. It's more, oh shit, I got caught.
I gotta say this.
I gotta say this because it looks like everyone's offended by what I said, even though I meant it 100%.
Yeah.
So it's hard to even to take an apology these days.
I think you can, you know, you got a little bit of awareness. You can tell when somebody's being authentic about it or not. I want to ask you this: what do you think about the coolest monkey in the jungle?
Oh, the jumper. Okay. This is a dope subject, you know. This is a dope subject because I spoke about this with Chanel. Chanel grew up in Essex. So it's near London, but it's not in the inner city. It's not London. You know, London is cosmopolitan. London is a mix of pool of people, you know. So where she grew up, there isn't many black people. Right. You know, there's a few, but there isn't many black people. So they would experience the same experience that someone like me growing up in inner London would experience. And I've experienced racism. Right. I've experienced chants of like monkey sounds. You know, I've had all of that. So for me, when I saw the jumper and, you know, and I knew that it was that one kid of the, what was it, 4 kids, 4 jumpers, yet they gave the jumper with the coolest monkey in the jungle to the black kid. Right. It hit me. Right. And she didn't understand why. What's the big deal? And my point was, if they all had
did she not understand the racial undertones to it?
She did, but not how can I put it? She didn't have the experience to that would.
It just didn't sting her. Like
it didn't sting her. You know. Yeah. So for me, like I said to her, if all the kids had the same jumper, then that's not a big deal. You know, if they're all rocking the same coolest monkey in the jungle, that's not a big deal. It's the fact that they chose the black kid for that jumper.
It seemed deliberate.
Yeah, it seemed deliberate. Yeah. And even if it wasn't, for me, I said this. I think I even tweeted it. I said, "There's got to be someone there that would have seen the campaign and gone, maybe not with that. You know, we might that might. That's not cool. Like, you know, whether it's innocent or not, you know, someone should be culturally aware and know that that's not going to sit well."
That's, you know, that's the fascinating thing that nobody did.
Nobody did, and they put it out. Now for me, like I said, I've experienced the monkey chants and stuff. So like even me and Shan watched the film the other day. What was it? Miracle on Sutton Street, and it's a Spike Lee film, and it's about the Buffalo Soldiers, and there's they meet this Italian kid, and the Italian kid's like, he sees one of the big soldiers, and he goes, chocolate boy, he says, you want a banana? But he wasn't being he wasn't being racist. He just he didn't know any better. He hasn't seen, you know, he hasn't seen. But it's like, dude, monkey, like these things, like to white people and people that like have not dealt with that before, it seems trivial. It's not trivial, man. It's not trivial that we have been likened to a monkey. It's not like we don't find it funny. It's not. It's not a trivial matter.
Is it funny if somebody really looked like a monkey?
Look, let me tell you this, yeah. I said this to Shan. I said if there's a group of black dudes, and one of their dudes, I know a dude, one of my dudes,
He's like a monkey.
He's like a gorilla, yeah. He's a
primate.
Nah,
brother primate.
Nah, he's a bodyguard for you know, for celebrities and that. Yeah. But he's one big black dude, and he looks beastly. He looks like a gorilla. I can call him that. Right, that's fine. But
a gorilla is more respect. It's a beast. You're a fucking gorilla. That's like it's more of a positive how it's used.
If I called you one, yeah. But if a white dude said that.
Nah, I think it's the tone. It's the context, bro. Like, cause think about this. Look at this monkey. All right, you remember when
monkeys are looked as clowns?
Silly.
Sure,
it's
silly.
silly.
They're not. They're not. They're not.
A gorilla is dangerous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. When in fact monkeys are really fucking dangerous.
Yeah, but if
it's not looked at like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is a little bit off subject, but on subject of how dangerous monkeys are and fucking crazy nature is. I was just watching Planet Earth on BBC. This fucking group of chimpanzees, they was riding on the next group of chimpanzees. They fought. It was a weird fight. Like they throwing trees at like branches at each other. But they got one of them, ripped him apart, and started eating him. These monkeys are walking back with hands in their mouth, like
savage. That's crazy.
Savage.
That's crazy.
But See, this is the thing. To me. It's fucking hilarious to me. Calling somebody a monkey is funny. Now, a lot of people are not gonna like how I'm saying this right now. It just happened to make me laugh. When Rick Ross was calling 50 Cent a monkey, over and over when they were beefing, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just how it's like a monkey is a weird thing. Now, of course, a white dude saying, "Hey, come here, monkey." It would never happen. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't see that happening. Like I've never even been close to somebody calling me monkey anywhere in my proximity. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's not okay. It's not okay. With the H&M thing, I'm like, what do I think about this? Initially, that shit stung. Like, come on, y'all know better than that. You know what I'm saying? But then I was Amir and I was talking about it, and I'm like, do you think black people are really boycotting H&M? He's like, nah. And
I'll stand up right now and say I'm not boycotting H&M. That's not how it cut me. It didn't cut me as I'm gonna boycott H&M. It cut me in a way to say, didn't they have the common sense or anyone there culturally aware to say that this can't fly?
Let's say no, they don't. But this is the thing, or they don't give a fuck. But this is what we need to do.
I don't think it's they don't give a fuck. I don't think it's that. I think it's they genuinely did not have someone to say this.
Nah, I think somebody had to not say shit.
How could they put a whole brand at jeopardy with that? I don't think it's that easy.
They might not have realized the impact it was gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Children's t-shirts, a few people see it. You know, that shit goes viral these days, and just some people are not plugged into.
So you're saying you think they purposely did it?
I don't know purposely. I think people knew. I don't think that it went across a bunch of people that were ignorant to how that can be disrespectful to black people. Okay. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah,
it's possible. Anything's possible, but it's not likely, right?
Yeah.
This is what I think the takeaway to me. I think we should be taking the power out of these words: monkey, nigga, all of that, right? And I even thought about this. What if a few of us collectively got on like YouTube or whatever, and was like, look, if you try to call someone like a nigga to hurt their feelings, hurt my feelings, I actually feel sorry for you. That's no different than a child saying, you're a poo-poo head. You're trying to say a word to make somebody feel bad about themselves. I feel like it's such a remedial thing to do. It's such a childish, infantile tactic. And you know what? I'm not offended by it. I feel you are reflecting how you feel about yourself.
All right, let me show you something. Okay. The word, like you've heard so many times, you probably, I've been called it. I'm sure you've been called it. That the word's not what's offending you. It's the fact that another person, he's trying to offend you.
Right.
Yeah. So forget the word.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, his use of that word is to basically say, you know, what's good kind of thing. So forget the word. Yeah. How do you react when a dude puts you in that situation where his intention is to cut you? Yeah. Right. So forget the word. He's trying to cut you. Yeah. So the word's irrelevant. If a dude's standing there saying, yeah, what's good, nigga? Like that. You know, forget the word. The word's not gonna cut. Yeah, I've heard nigga, but he's trying to be racist. Yeah, cool. Right. You're saying that doesn't offend you. Forget that. I'm saying his intention is this. I know this word normally cuts guys like you. Let me see. Like, so when you think on that wavelength, are you still relaxed and chilled?
I am thinking on that wavelength because, like I said, it don't matter what the word is. You're trying to use a word to hurt me, and you cannot. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me. We don't know each other, right? You know, so it's like if someone's in my face challenging me, that's something I got to deal with right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just not likely. Not that I'm the biggest, baddest dude on the planet, but people just don't do that. You know
they don't. I know they don't.
They do that shit on the internet. They do that shit a million miles away from you. They do that from the safe confines of their mom's basement. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's pretty pathetic. So and I can't let that bother me. And listen, I've been called it in person before. When I was younger, used to hang out, go out, and it never made me angry then. Now, I'm not saying I didn't get into a confrontation. I did, but it was because I felt like, I got to do this. You know what I mean? You said that, now I got to do this. And that was my thing, like, you know, empowering myself to show you, like, bro, I'm not taking that. You're not getting away with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, my views from back then to now is a lot different.
Sure,
right?
same as mine.
Because like, I lie. I'm like, yeah, really?
Sure.
Really? That's what you got for me?
I said what I said, but I'm being an advocate for like they're playing devil's advocate because, you know, like for me now, if someone was to bring confrontation, I'm going to try and avoid it as much as I can.
Right.
But back in the day, it would be less than that.
Yeah.
You know, it would be a stare. You know, but I'm saying, but my point was just the whole fact of someone trying to disrespect you,
right,
and using that as the medium.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, nah, honestly, I feel like we should take the power out the word. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's that easy. I've heard this many times. It's not easy.
It's not. But we could do it with ourselves.
Not easy to possibly impossible, I think.
I don't think it's impossible because I'm gonna tell you, like, if people collectively really thought about it, you know what I'm saying? And really had an understanding that some small-minded person is trying to hurt your feelings with a word, right? You know, I think people be like, yeah, it's fucking stupid. It doesn't hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not going to respond to that. I don't relate to that. I'm not that, but you're not hurting me. Like, and I feel sorry for you if you do, or laugh at that person. You know what I'm saying? That kind of behavior is sad. It's sad that people behave like that. You know what I mean? On any level, any level of trying to hurt somebody. Now, people are going to hurt people by accident, whatever. You just may not understand something or whatever. But when you're trying to hurt somebody, people are like, you're a piece of shit. There's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? You have some kind of character deficiency. You're not happy. You're not secure. You're very insecure. Insecure people try to hurt other people. Always. Yeah. Always. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's shit that they got to work out within themselves, man. Like, I really feel I really have no anger if somebody's trying to, you know, now the ego in me might want to get in their face or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And like say it now. But that's even silly. That's stupid. You know what I mean? So, and I'm putting myself on their level, you know? So I think that with us being, trying to, you know, vibrate on a higher frequency, we can't let that kind of trivial shit bother us. You know what I mean? But yeah, it can't be just like, forget about it.
So what is the reaction then?
For me, I feel like it would have to be a conversation. Like, look, y'all, like, really put it out. That word means nothing. There's no power in that shit. The only power that's in it is what you give to it. how much you're offended by it.
Who are you telling this to? Are you telling this to other black people? Or are you telling this
to anyone who's on the receiving end?
Okay, what about the people what about to the people that plan to use it to offend?
I don't care about them because they're either low lives or they're fucking miserable or they're depressed or whatever the fucking negative issue they have. They got to deal with that on their own. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be people like that on this planet, bro.
So basically, your way of dealing with it would be to address the people that the word's used on and say, look, guys, let's cut the power to it.
Yeah,
it don't affect that. I agree with that. I think that's good. I think that's good. Yeah,
they called you what? And we laugh about it.
Yeah,
like wow.
I think
he's 31.
Maybe I was wrong. That could help reduce the power.
And he called me a name.
Yeah.
Wow, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
So you know, listen, life. Oh y'all, life can be short. Life can be as pleasant as we allow it to be. We can allow ourselves to be uptight and stressed out and angry about everything, wanting to punch the walls. That gets us nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We could try to live a life of finesse and grace and enjoy each other. And things like that, those low level existing things that are there, we can't, it's no different, bro, than me and you talking about these trolls and how bizarre it is. It's the same kind of group of people. You know what I mean? Just using racial slurs or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's a thing that we got to put to rest. We can't let that shit affect us negatively. You know, we could laugh at it. It's a good laugh. You know, but we got to take the power out of that shit. Nobody has power over you. Nobody has power over you with words. Fuck that. We just don't accept that shit.
It's funny though, because things like times are changing, man. Like people are creating labels for all sorts of things, terms like snowflake, etc. Any term that can offend, people are looking for. And with Twitter these days and social media, people are frigging snapping at each other like crazy. You know, It seems like although things like Twitter were put for general conversation, like good, like you know, discourse between people to debate subjects, it's just like people snapping at each other. Like it's black or white, you know, there's no gray area. It's just like, you know.
It's important though for people like us, people who have people's attention, to continuously vibrate above that bullshit and don't give it no power. Don't give it no, like, we're not using that kind of terminology or that kind of thing on our platforms. You know what I'm saying? And if we talk about it, we're talking about how goofy it is. When you talk about, there's a lot of things that people don't know that they agree with because it hasn't been brought up yet. You know what I'm saying? You bring up a concept to somebody that makes sense, a smart person, they like, that's fucking real. Like, I know me, when I hear something that makes sense, I'm like, yeah, that's real. You know what I mean? So I think as long as we stay doing what we're doing, you know, we can kind of mitigate some of that shit. A lot of it's going to always be there. It's goofy, but it give us some shit to talk about, you know, every now and then. But we just got to always vibrate about that and just stay true to what we're already doing. You know what I mean? I told Kai Green this, man. I said, it take people like us that other people think is cool to make good shit cool. You know what I'm saying?
I hear where you're going. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's it. But listen, y'all, we got to wrap it up. I got a plane to catch. And we'll be at y'all really soon. We appreciate the love. Share this. Subscribe, follow.
Get your people to watch the podcast. We got like 4 episodes now, guys, and the feedback that we've got is amazing. You guys love it. We love doing it. You know, send us some more feedback on what you actually want to see, what you want discussed. You know, because we haven't had that. We're just hearing, we love it. Give us more. Tell us what you want. You know, tell us the subjects that you want discussed. We're enjoying it. It's gonna get bigger. It's gonna get better. Join. Get your friends to join. You know, subscribe.